Hey Aquarius, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your February 2025 career and money reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Aquarius, you have gone through a bit of a blockage. Perhaps you felt stuck financially, or you may have even dealt with a loss of some sort. There's the devil that is showing up right away. So yeah, this is about freeing yourself. Bottom of the deck, you have the luck card with partnership. So it feels like you are manifesting here a positive partnership that feels healthy. It feels like this is fortuitous. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Wheel of Fortune showing up, but it says, if you believe that you're lucky, you'll create an abundant mindset, and you are all about the mind, Aquarius. Your perspective could be stifling your growth and stamping your luck. Now, if you have this devil in your energy, the devil can be anything that tethers us and holds us back. Remember what I just said about feeling a bit stuck or feeling blocked? Maybe there are some beliefs that are worth looking into at this time, limitations, fears, maybe fear of failure, perfectionism, imposter syndrome, not being enough or not feeling like you're enough. So I feel like you're addressing those issues that have held you back, because this next trip around the sun, happy birthday to those of you Aquarians out there. And as I say the next trip around the sun, you have the Empress and the World showing up. This is the birth of a new cycle. And this next trip around the sun, you want to start fresh. You have the Fool at the bottom of the deck, but it may require you to step outside of a comfort zone. Because you have the Spiral card showing up as one of your key themes, I feel like some of you, this is an inherited pattern. All right. The spiral can be about patterns. It can also be about trends. Some of you may have felt out of control. This is also about connections. So you may have felt like your mind was spiraling in all different directions because of that devil showing up. Now, the devil is centered here in your reading for a reason. It's popping up in your awareness so you can do something with it. If you feel like you are bonded, tethered, tied, or attached to a job, to a belief, to a pattern, or an old cycle that is keeping you in this state of settling, right? I'm just settling. It says here, your soul is telling you that you're meant to break out of this phase, allowing yourself time and space to evolve and find your true path. Some of you may have been in a state of avoidance. All right, we have on the settling card, it says you could be in a state of avoidance because the action needed is too hard. I mean, it does take mental effort and energy to break out of old patterns. It can take physical effort to build up a business or to put yourself out there and find a new company, a new organization or partnership here. But you have what it takes to spread your wings. I see the wings card here, and this is my Aquarian sign. This is about you rising above money issues, Aquarius. Some of you have a business that will absolutely take off. This is about profit, spiritual work, life purpose, and mission. Some of you were a pastor or preacher's son or daughter is what I'm getting here. Or there may have been someone in your life who is affiliated or connected to the church or some form of organization. I'm getting that here. I'm seeing the Hierophant in my mind's eye. Now, you do have the Wheel of Fortune showing up in the recent past. However, it's in reverse, which tells me that you feel like luck hasn't been on your side, or it feels like you've been going through a bit of karma with that Wheel of Fortune, maybe due to fears, right? Fears of change, fears of the unknown. And I just get this energy here of Aquarian season is this kicking off point. That is the time where we really tend to evaluate our lives and we ask ourselves, are we happy? And is there anything that you can do, to take action towards a better life, financial freedom, goals, abundance, whatever it is that you want for yourself? Ace of Swords is the ace of truth. That's you getting honest with yourself. It is about you taking that sword and cutting through any of the attachments that the devil holds you to. Look at the devil here. I mean, he's luring. Look at his gorgeous green eyes. And he has this individual on a puppet string. Now, what does that sword do? That sword could come in and shatter through the illusion that the devil brings. The devil can be codependency, materialism, manipulation, obsession, addictions. It can even be, a fear-based energy that keeps us in that spiral, keeps us in that loop. And I feel like you're putting a stop to something. There, as I say that, I was just going to say I'm getting the tens or the world, because you're putting a stop to it, and look what came out. The world is a big stop. It is a big, ending, bringing in a new beginning. This is a graduation from a very, very long journey that you have been on. So this is exciting, Aquarius. Let's take a look at how you're feeling. You're healing. You're healing from some sort of heartbreak, 3 of Swords, some sort of loss, as I mentioned in the beginning, some sort of blockage. There's the 2 of Cups that we see here behind the luck card. There's a partnership. Now, some of you may have even gone through like a divorce, or perhaps a settlement, or something that caused a bit of separation. But I feel like you're finding your North Star. The star comes after the Tower. There's healing here. There's recovery after challenge or after difficulty. Some of you, this could also be your health. Your health was in a position that had compromised your abundance. And I love your final outcome. Now, bottom of the deck, you have the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is following your North Star, and I just mentioned that here as well. You have the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper leads you right towards that North Star. So there is going to be some togetherness, some celebration, a raise, a promotion, new opportunities where you can celebrate with people who, people who share the same vision. All right, let's dive in here. Your first card out is the Anchor. Some of you felt tethered or anchored down, which is why that devil is showing up here. This could be due to money blocks, being stuck. Some of you are lifting anchor, as I mentioned, with that devil card. You may be cutting ties. You may be saying, all right, I've spent enough time in this arena. I've spent enough time in this location or at this job. It's time to move on. I have, new experiences, new things to learn, and more money to make. And I feel like you are stable. There is a message here about stability, but I also feel like you're crashing through some sort of glass ceiling. Yeah, you're crashing through the glass ceiling. And a lot of you, whatever you felt stuck or complacent in, that's shifting, because your soul is telling you that there is a new direction ahead. You don't have to settle for less than. You don't have to just settle because you feel like that is the only amount of money that you can make, or that's your only skill or your only talent. The stories that we tell ourselves is the lens in which we view the world around us. So if you're telling yourself those things, then that's how those opportunities are going to present itself, or therefore lack of, right? And I feel like you're really using the mind to think big. I mean, that's what you're all about, Aquarius, expansion. And allowing yourself that time and space, I feel like you have, okay? But now there is a breakthrough. There is a time here of no longer avoiding this new beginning that is coming up here for you. I mean, you have the world in your reading, and I feel like there is a new beginning, but sometimes we fear it and we spiral back into default of doing the same thing over and over. Now, you can, right? I'm getting 39 and I'm getting 49. Some of you may be 39 years old, or perhaps there's been a 10-year cycle for some of you. Maybe you've been in a job for 10 years, or it's been like a decade of doing the same thing over and over. But I feel like you have the opportunity to do something different this time around. All right. When it comes to making money, when it comes to how you spend money or saving, this could be what you do for a living. Some of you may even be retiring. And I do feel like there is a promotion lined up or an opportunity for you to increase your abundance. That is what it says here on the spiral, because this is an upward trend. You're not going backwards. However, there could be a fear that you will go backwards, that you will spiral. And that's why you are showing me right now the Three of Swords. But I feel like it's the devil that is fearing you, whispering in your ear saying, stay small, stay right here, because this is where you belong, or this is the only thing that is going to help you, or whatever it is that the devil is whispering in your ear. I feel like it's falsified. I feel like it's an illusion. That's why you're crashing through that pattern, that spiral, and you're spreading your wings. It's like you're rising up from the ashes here, rising above money issues, blockages. Something is taking off. And because this is my Aquarian energy, I feel like it's during Aquarian season. So January 21st through mid to end of February is the time for you really to take a look at your spiritual work, your life purpose, your mission, and spread your wings. You don't have to do the same thing over and over again. If you do, you're going to get the same results, which if that's the case, you could be settling. And that may not be the most beneficial thing for you because it's not aligning to your true path. It feels like you're stuck and you want to get unstuck. Bottom of the deck, we have the luck of the Irish here. Some of you could be going to Ireland. All right. There is something here about Ireland or Irish background. I mean, maybe St. Patty's Day, which I'm not even sure what month I should know this, that St. Patty's Day is in, but it feels like there's something lucky around St. Patrick's Day. For those of you that acknowledge that holiday, it says, if you believe that you're lucky, you'll create an abundant mindset. And because the Wheel of Fortune is here, I mean, this is luck. This is destiny. This is fate. But I also feel like there's free will here. And like I mentioned earlier, the mindset really creates your reality. And you want to be lucky. You want to know that there are better days ahead, that you can roll into more of that abundant mindset and partner up with people who share a vision, share a passion, share the dream, and you can work together. You are manifesting a strong and successful partnership here, Aquarius. Consider having a partner who can bring the experiences that you lack. And also, some of your relationships, I'm just going to mention this because this devil could be someone. If it's not a pattern, if it's not a self-sabotaging behavior or an addiction or restriction of some sort, it could be a person. And it does say some of your relationships may be holding you back from success. So really taking a good inventory on your life and figuring out who or what the devil is for you can allow you to bring it up to the surface and do something with it. Get some answers, get some clarity with that Ace of Swords right above it. Because the Empress is right on top of the devil. So the devil is blocking your abundance. The Empress is the most abundant energy. She's fertile. She's ripe with ideas. She is creative and she gives life to new cycles. You see that she's pregnant with the earth there. So it feels like you want to expand, maybe globally, internationally. Some of you want to travel. Some of you want to go big. And I want you to dream. I want you to not just dream, but take some of these dreams and turn them into goals that you can measure, that you can actively move forward and towards, instead of letting that devil control the dynamic here. All right. So now that we've talked a bit about what this devil could be for you, whatever it is, it's holding the strings. Person, place, thing, thought, belief, pattern, you name it. You have to get up close and personal with it and understand that this could be sabotaging your abundance. Now, the Empress has the ability to show up in your life in an upright position. Yes, it's a challenge right now for you to embody the Empress, but Aquarian season is bringing in this new cycle for you. You have to let go of what controls you, right? Otherwise it does. It controls you. You either control it or it controls you. And I feel like there's a cycle coming in that will bring in more opportunities, more fortune. I also have a feeling this is intertwined a bit with destiny. This is fated. I feel like there's a fated opportunity for you that may show up. Okay, the stars are aligning. We have the star card here, which is also Aquarian energy. So there's a wish. There's a wish being granted. This is a brighter future. This is inspiration, hope, and dreams. I love the star coming in for you. Now, what's below you? Page of Cups. Page of Cups is someone who is very curious, keeps his heart open. He wants to live life with passion and intuition and spirituality. He may not know everything, right? This is you in the deep, deep past. You may not have known where you were going to end up today. But now that you can look back, you see the growth, you see the evolution. And I also feel like there's been some powerful lessons around the heart and around your own intuition. Now, the Page of Cups also heralds a very important message, that vulnerability is a must. Vulnerability is our greatest strength. And when we can truly be vulnerable, what does that mean? That we can take off any masks of inauthenticity, right? If we feel like we're not being authentic because we have to stay in a bit of a box, or we're not, we have to walk on eggshells, or we're not able to fully be ourselves in fear of judgment or criticism, vulnerability is a must. And the Page of Cups knows that, partially because they're a tad bit naive and they don't know any better, but also because that is the gift of the Page of Cups. He allows himself to be vulnerable. And I feel like you at times have a difficult time opening up because of some sort of pain, disappointment, rejection, or abandonment that you have gone through. And that's why I see the Three of Swords in your energy. Remember your why. Remember what fills your cup. Remember the passion and the excitement and the joy for life that you've had in the past. You can get that back. For those of you that have felt, stuck to the 9 to 5 or the societal demands or pressures or deadlines, I feel like you just want to live a simplistic life in some way, but you also want to expand and help as many people as you can and all around the world, or you want a ripple effect. It's like a ripple coming in here where you are healing. Maybe some of you are healing generational stuff as well. All right. You could be tapping into ancestral work, spiritual work, and this is affecting your ability to create and manifest abundance as well. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse showing up in the recent past, this does tell me that there's been a fear. There's been a fear of the changes that are coming in because you do feel very tethered, and it's hard to break out of the devil. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That devil, he's very tempting, very alluring, but he's also all about instant gratification. That devil is that voice in the morning that says, push snooze. You can sleep in another 30 minutes. It's going to feel good. But sometimes we have to control the devil and say, wait a second, I'm not going to push snooze because I'm going to start my day now, and I'm going to get up and exercise and drink some water and some tea and get my day going on a high note instead of feeling rushed because I needed that extra 15 minutes of sleep, right? So there's a difference here between I'm getting emperor vibes here. So discipline, all right? Discipline, structure, and stability and order. It almost feels like you are giving the devil a taste of discipline in some way. Yeah, you're giving the devil a taste of discipline. And who's better to do that than the Empress? Love. Love heals all. Self-love. All right, what's coming in above you, Aquarius? Your beautiful mind. Ace of Swords. I happen to be partial towards air signs. I am an Aquarius moon with a Libra sun. And the mind is so powerful. Psychologic energy coming in here. You may love psychology, journaling, the power of the mind, the laws of the universe, affirmations. I'm also getting here, understanding the programming as well around belief systems. I feel like this is all things, or these are all things that maybe you've looked into prior, Aquarius, or you're gaining a deeper understanding, or you maybe even have a deeper appreciation for the power of the mind. And when this ace shows up, there's a new understanding here that you're cutting through using truth and logic. This is about finding solutions. It's about authenticity and cutting through any of the barriers that have held you back. So the power of the mind is showing up in a very significant way, and you're unlocking here an area that's felt very hidden, very maybe locked up, maybe a part of you that you may have even compartmentalized and stuck to the side because you don't want to deal with it. And I feel like you are graduating a major spiritual journey here. You have the world in the near future. The world is a new beginning. It is a sense here of wholeness. Global or international travel for some of you. This can be financial freedom, retirement. The world is your oyster. And who reminds you of that? The Empress. She has the world. So this is you giving birth to a new cycle. All right, this is Mother Earth giving birth to a new age, a new cycle in your life. For those of you Aquarians out there, sun sign Aquarians, I feel like this is a very ripe time for you. I also see that gratification, like instant gratification, has stymied your success, okay? Meaning you may have chose the instant piece of it versus long-term or longevity. That's something that's about to change, okay? I feel like you are finding ways to bring in long-term growth. And it feels like you are moving outside of a comfort zone, but it's okay because your soul has wings. You are meant to soar high above the mountains here. And the mountains you've gone through, you've walked through them. I feel like you have done a lot of work on yourself. You should be proud. Now, 3 of Swords showing up says you're wrapping up any last pieces of unresolved emotional pain or mental destruction that has caused you to be unable to trust, caused you to doubt or distrust yourself. All right, this is about you, again, wrapping up and recovering from whatever loss that you have endured in the past. All right, I feel like, yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy, and sometimes you may choose, I just don't want to deal with it. It's too much. It's too painful. Or I don't know how to get out of this cycle. I don't know what to do. Well, first of all, I see you grounding your energy. And that sounds kind of counterintuitive because we see the air here, we see the thought, but in order for you to open yourself up to expansion, remember the mind can be used to build or destroy. And when it's partnered with the devil, chances are it destroys. And I feel like you're getting grounded here. You may be stepping away from a situation in order to resolve it so you can get a clearer perspective. But I do see you addressing whatever the 3 of Swords, the devil, is for you in order for you to create that abundant mindset and move forward and overcome those blockages that have held you back. What's coming in the environment? There's your partnership. All right, we see the partnership. We just talked about that here as well. This is a very destined partnership, whether it's between you and a client, whether it's between you and, a specific person that runs a company or an organization. I mean, for some of you, there's also, even though this is a career reading, there's also someone very important in your life, maybe your personal life, that is helping you at this time with some financial issues or challenges. Okay, that's showing up. Now, the Two of Cups is the law of attraction. It is about yin and yang, bringing things together after a feeling of rejection, after a feeling of separation. I'm also getting maybe a little bit of codependency. Perhaps you were codependent on someone, they were codependent on you. That can be that devil. But I feel like there is a healthier approach to what's ahead. You're healing something quite significant within you and externally in your environment. You have the star, Aquarius. The star is you. This is a wish. This is a dream. There is a brighter future ahead. And I feel like you're getting real about, what dreams may be tangible long-term and maybe short-term. I feel like you are breaking some of those dreams down into bite-sized pieces of goals, right? Remember, goals are something that can be measured. The difference between a dream and a goal is action. Dreams come from the ether and our collective conscious mind as well. And I feel like you have these dreams that you're tapping into, but you have the ability. You see the string. That is a physical string. It looks like coming from the stars, and she's bringing it down. It feels like you're bringing the stars down to you, and it's filling you up here in ways that maybe you never thought possible. 17 also equals 8. 8 is the strength. Strength is vulnerability. So it's going to require you to get vulnerable and to ask. Ask and you shall receive. Now, some of you may be fans of Abraham and Esther Hicks. There's a couple of books. I mean, they've written tons of books, but I am getting the Law of Attraction book. For some of you, you may be looking into their works or listening to their studies in some way. I also see you working with the law of attraction more, understanding the concept, learning about the psychological mind or reprogramming or belief system. I mean, that is all showing up here for you. Your final outcome. There's the Fool showing up. We did see it at the bottom of the deck earlier, but now it's coming out as your outcome. You have the World and the Fool all in the same reading. You have wrapped up a massive journey in your life, and you may have went through that in-between stage, right? The in-between where we're not quite out of the world, but we haven't quite entered into the Fool of the, taking a leap of faith. We're still in the throes of taking a risk, taking a chance. That's what the Luck card is all about. Chance, luck, abundant mindset. Trusting that you're not going to fall, all right? She's leaning back. Who leans back unless they trust, right? If you've ever seen those exercises of people leaning back and the other people are going to catch them, there has to be a level of trust. You're not just going to lean back and nobody's there and then you fall and hurt your back, right? So I feel like you are trusting that the universe here is going to support you, because you're co-creating. You know what? This Two of Cups here, this could be your partnership with the divine. All right. If this isn't someone physical, it could be you co-creating. Although for a lot of you, it is physical, but for a lot of you as well, this is, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, maybe within oneself. But I feel like this is your higher self saying, we got you. Your guides, your ancestors, we got you. You can trust. Take a leap of faith, because once you do, then you manifest. You roll into that magician energy, which is the true one. Remember, the 0 isn't a number necessarily. It is the soul self. It is the untethered us. And I am getting Untethered. And I think that's also a book, The Untethered Soul. Yeah, you are releasing yourself from an old life and you're embracing a new beginning. This is powerful. Aquarius, this trip around the sun for you is a big one. And what you do now is going to make the world of difference, not just in 2025, but long term. And it feels like you are on the cusp of something incredible, something that is divinely inspired. You have everything you need within you to fall backwards and allow spirit to catch you. All right. Allow spirit to catch you. Your soul has wings. Let's get a message here from the wisdom of the oracle. What do we have here, please, for Aquarius? Wisdom of the oracle. Ooh. You have chaos and conflict. All right. Chaos and conflict. Now that makes sense with the devil and the 3 of swords. Card 3-3. 33. Let's peek here. Now this is all about, disarray. It is about tension. It's the value of chaos before order. Maybe even being at a cross purpose with another. And the prosperity message for you is this. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth. There's the Ace of Swords, the truth, happening to shake things up so you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time and it feels as if there are opposing views wherever you turn. Be rest assured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired. Even though it doesn't appear that way now, in time, you will know this to be true. Absolutely. And I am going to read the protection message for some of you because I feel like this is a valuable moment. As I just said, I don't want you to waste this moment. And that's the message of the protection here. It says, this is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. This is big for you. Like I said, if there's some sort of chaos here, whether this be a person, an argument, something going on at work, or even something within your own self, Aquarius, this is a gift. And if you can look at it from that perspective, that this is a teachable opportunity for you to wrap up some very important cycles in your life, to graduate to the next level, that you have everything within you to take this leap of faith and to move towards a new beginning. Let's get some messages here from your spirit animals. And at this time, Aquarius, I ask if you can safely do so. Please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. And I want you to tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And imagine the first animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that you have at home, maybe by your side, or one that has crossed over the rainbow bridge. Maybe an animal that's recently crossed your path in the great outdoors, visited through your dreams or your meditations. There is no right or wrong answer, Aquarius. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your animals, whether you had 1 or 5, drop them below. I will enter you into the giveaway, so please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, what do we have here for animals? You have one of my favorites. When this shows up and you're going through a hard time, this tells me you will not only overcome, but you will thrive because of what you've gone through. It's the rhino. Card 50. 5 is the number of conflict, of obstacles, of change and uncertainty. And it says, overcome any obstacle. Yes, you will. You will overcome it. You have the ability to do so. Whatever that devil is, you can cut the ties. You can untether yourself from. And if it feels like it's difficult, you can't do it on your own, then connect to an empress here. Connect to a healer, a guide, someone who has the ability to help you overcome the devil. All right. Some of you could be 50 years old, 40 years old, or born on the 7th or the 27th. You also have mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. You've all heard the saying, the devil is in the details. So I feel like it is important for you to pay attention to some of the details of the devil that is showing up here for you. Some of you may even have some last minute things to wrap up, like tying up some loose ends, making sure paperwork is in order. You know, if you are maybe taking a trip, or if you are leaving behind a job and entering into a new one, I feel like it is important to make sure that you are getting those smaller things done so you aren't burdened with them as you roll into this new beginning. Next, you have fox spirit. Think on your feet. That's that Ace of Swords. You have the mind, you have the thought, you have the intellect here. And fox, you know, they're very sly. They can be sly as well, but I feel like they're very smart. They're very intelligent, and you are someone who can think quickly. Like quick-witted energy here. It's also card 27, which equals 9. We are in a 9 year. And I feel like this is the year where, you know, you might feel like your mind is getting sharper. If you've gone through a period of brain fog, or if it felt like you were uncertain, or there was lack of focus, lack of momentum, I feel like that's shifting here for you, where you're going to feel more focused on your path. I like that. And then lastly here you have bee spirit. Sweet results await. When you have the bee showing up, you know, it's that sweet honey, but it takes a lot of effort and it takes a village. In this case, it takes a whole lot of bees to create that honeycomb. And I feel like you've been putting a lot of effort and energy into not only your career, your finances, your money, your business, but into your soul growth, into your spiritual journey. All right. Last but not least, let's get a message here from your soul's truth. What does Aquarius need to know? What is the message from Aquarius's soul at this time? Okay. If you had a magic wand and could have anything you desired in life, what would you choose? Burn with desire. There is power in your desires. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. You can't make that up. Here's the wings. And I think I've said numerous times in your reading about your soul having wings. It's time to take flight. Today, go inward. Your answers lie within. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do that. That's what 2025 is all about for you. Right now, you may not be feeling the happiest, right? You may not be feeling fulfilled. You may be settling into a situation because you may not know how to move up out of it. You are being divinely guided here. And this is the first step, right? Sit down with a piece of paper or just sit down in silence and meditation. And I want you to allow your imagination to explore the possibility of, if you could have anything you desired in your career, money, finances, abundance, wealth, and even health, because health is wealth. What would you choose? Allow that energy to fuel you. Allow that energy to, give your soul the wings that it already has, right? But allow it to take flight. And I feel like that is the direction that Aquarian energy is bringing in, Aquarian season, which is you. I feel like you are taking off, and you could really see a lot of growth come springtime, right? March, the beginning of the astrological new year. So I'm loving this for you. I feel like you are on the right path. I feel like you are wrapping up or tying up some loose ends. And this does feel very good moving forward. It may not feel good yet with that 3 of Swords here, but you're doing what you need to do to step outside of a comfort zone. And I'm telling you, Aquarius, it'll pay off. That's what I have for you, beautiful soul. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and of course, drop those animals in the comment section below and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the notification. Lots of love, Aquarius.